Hey everybody, welcome back. This evening, I think we're gonna mess with the door pillar again. Didn't get a chance to put a pole up this week. Didn't really have a chance to do anything, really, but I think I know the problem, and I kind of hinted at it last time, but I think we're gonna have to pull the pillar flange towards the front. It's just that bow in there. You really couldn't tell before, but I put a straight edge on it, and it's pretty good size bow, I should say, but we'll look at that here in a second. Plan is to unscrew all the screws in the flange part and the actual the brace between the two, kind of where the hinges are. Anyways, unscrew that. We're gonna put a divot in the actual backside of the pillar and kind of pull at different points to kind of hopefully straighten it out. I may actually leave the screws in the top and the bottom part of the pillar because those kind of need to be where they're at now, but the middle part needs to get that bow out. And I think once we get that out, the fender should slip on there nicer, and it should be a lot more even, if that makes sense. But let me show you exactly what I mean by how that flange isn't really working for me. All right, here's what it looks like. Just eyeballing it, and you stick the straight edge right on the pillar, and you go down here and you kind of see a gap, then it goes to nothing. And that's about where that fender was kind of not hitting right. And I got a few hammer marks on the pillar, or the flange right there itself. So I did have this back here. I have it earlier. It's not off by too much, but still that's enough to kind of push the fender back where it's not supposed to be. So we're going to take screws out, probably these two here and this one. Kind of just want to bend this piece here. Let's take these three out. We'll put a divot in the front side here so our actual strap will hook to it. Then we'll yank it back that way. Hopefully none of this up here moves, none of this here moves, just this part in the middle. Then once we get that straightened out, I'm gonna have to come down here and fix this, because that's really too close for the fender to fit in. Right here, it kind of pinches it. So anyways, it's my plan for the day. I don't know how far we'll get. Hopefully we'll get this lined out here and we can pull the pillar off and weld it up and get ready to weld it in, and the kick or the outer rocker, and then we'll be ready to pull it off the frame. But anyways, I'm gonna set you back up there. We'll get this started and see how far we get. All right, I think we got it. Maybe. May have to hammer this kind of back a little more, but I think we got the bend out of it, at least the bow, for the most part. Well, let's kind of hammer this edge down a little bit, and then we'll put the door back on it, then put the fender on it and see see how all that works. And that's how it's gonna look, I guess you could say. Let me throw this on there right quick. But still dropping a little bit. I think so everything gets welded on. You can kind of tweak it a little bit by lifting up, and it should help out the alignment a little bit. But this does drop still just a hair. Matches pretty well with the roof line here. Still have this hole, need to figure something to do with. I'm working with a piece of plate metal or something in that shape. And I'm okay with how that looks. Like I said before, I do think once we get this solid, we can twist up a little bit on these and kind of just bend it just a little bit to give the door a little bit more support. I think welding in may help it too, but I think it looks all right by me. I'm gonna run around and take a look at the other side right quick. Yeah, the other side has gaps about like the passenger side does with Fender. I do got this Fender bolted down, so. Kind of need to address this pinch point down here with the Fender, but I think we may be good to go ahead and paint some of this in the actual Fender, or not Fender, but the A-pillar, and get that ready to be welded up. Just need to remember where my holes are that I'm using. But I think my level of automotive restoration capabilities that's about as good as I'm going to get. Which I know some of y'all may be professionals or have done this a lot more than I have. They can probably easily fix it. I don't have the money or even the person to reach out to fix it. I thought I had one guy local and he never decided to come by and look at it, so once this is painted, have weather stripping, shouldn't be as noticeable. I know it's still kind of a big gap, but at least this has pulled away some, and my Fender fits better now. I don't know. I'm happy with it. Do you think we can address the door later how it does that? I think just by welding the actual pillar on there, it'll sturdy it up enough where we can lift up, because you see the hinges move right now. We kind of lift it up and bend it a little bit, maybe. But I'm gonna go ahead and weld the pillars together and get that taken care of. Thought I'd have to cut this, but I think I just need to bend this piece back a little bit. And this actually is not flexing out as much as I thought it would right here. It does just a hair. I think getting rid of this right here helped that kind of relax a little bit. And this is bolted down to the actual Bronco, so it matches up pretty nice here. Just need to get the inside done. I don't know where that is now. That's over there. Get that in the fender welded up, and then we can tie all this back together. But it's pretty good, I think. We'll go ahead and take the door off and make sure we got our things marked for the pillar. Take the pillar apart. Got some foam board we can spray on and get that started. And I actually spray the inside of this. We do need to make some holes. What we did with the driver's side, everything lines up pretty well, so we'll go ahead and punch some holes in it. Actually, tech screw it, I should say. A few more places. And then get ready to paint. But let's go ahead and take this fender off. These holes are closer than the new fender, so I think I can kind of manipulate this a little bit here, and we can still use these. I hope. Oh, this top one fits perfect. It just kind of all, I don't think it's actually the fender issue, but I think it's the pillar issue. The way it's formed wasn't right, so but to make this work, I may drill this out a little bit more here and here. And it does need to kind of lay back a little bit more to the curve of it. So do a little bit modified on these and we get the screws to fit. But anyways, let's take this off. Put some more tech screws in this. Mark our spots on this. Then we take all this off and paint it. Then may have to wait till it dries to weld, but at least we're almost there. Not gonna worry so much about the bottom ones because I only put one hole in them. So let's get the outer rocker off and the pillar off, and then we'll split it apart, clean it, paint the underside of this, and see what else we can do. Alright, pillar off, kind of made half circles around the holes I'm using, then on the back side. I guess let's split it apart and we'll clean it out and paint it. It'll be that much closer. Yes. Well, we got it painted. That went on pretty easy. The had a good fan. I don't know if you could tell, but it went on really nice. I'm hoping it works pretty good. We'll let this dry, and I may come in here this week and mask off the places that need it and give it a good coat of some other kind of paint that we got. Maybe that black, if we have any more. And this, oh yeah, we got some rust reformer black. Maybe try it. We got a couple cans of it, so may come here and tape this off and spray it so we can weld next time. But with that being said, next time we're going to weld and get the pillars together and then we'll get them mopped back up and placed and welded in. I'm ready to be done with it. But if you're new to the channel, we got the Bronco we're working on, trying to get it going. There may be a case in the future where I send it off to get the like final sanding and get all these little dents taken out and put a coat of, I guess, epoxy primer over it, over everything, and then stock that we might wrap it with some vinyl. See how that goes. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but I think might be pretty neat. Don't you touch that cat. He's walking towards it. But anyways, before I go, this is kind of what the result we got. It doesn't look too bad. Not a lot of running. We'll, like I said, I'll tape off all this. That's gonna be sandwiched together and spray everything. I need to come back before I leave. I'll get that side before I go in. But everything is sandwiched together. We'll tape off and then paint the other side, another coat of that black paint, and then we'll be ready to weld. Anyways, made it this far. Thank you for watching. Does mean a lot. Does help channel a lot, especially if you like, follow, and subscribe. Kind of gets my channel out there a little bit more and helps me get further on the Bronco, believe it or not. But just want to say thank you again. I think we're at 735. It's pretty awesome. I never expect to get that many people wanting to follow a guy that don't know what he's doing, building a Bronco. But I'm hoping to get this off the frame here pretty soon and start going over the frame and getting it stripped down, painted, and hopefully getting the body to somebody that can kind of take care of me. You know, get it together and make it all the dents out and make it look nice with some epoxy primer, and then we'll go from there. But thank you again, and I'll see you next week.